It's Friday, June 19th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, first-degree murder trial. The man accused of killing 2 boys in St. John takes the stand in his own defense. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the mid-year money check-in. Are you on track with your financial goals for 2026, or has the high cost of living gotten the better of your budget? We'll chat with certified financial planner Ava Kochinoff about what to do to make the next 6 months really count. That's in our second hour.
Plus, it's Food Truck Friday. Today, we're welcoming back the folks from the Tiffin Box to try some more of their delicious Indian cuisine. All that and so much more just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in, the kettle's on. We've got so much to talk about today. Everybody settle in. I've got a little plate of cookies I'll pull out, and we'll have a nice chat because, gosh, we can talk about Team Canada versus Qatar. Ooh. Steph, you are a soccer fan extraordinaire. You watched the whole game?
Yeah, the only break I took in the game was just to take my dog for a quick little walk around the block, just because of how late it was on. But otherwise, yeah, it was a great game, historic game for Canada.
Oh, huge win.
Yeah.
First World Cup win ever for Team Canada, so very exciting.
I can't help but feel a little tempered by the excitement, though, because of one of the players really got hurt badly and had to be taken away. So we'll have the details coming up. I didn't watch much of the game, not because I didn't care, because my own daughter was at the Canadian Track and Field Championships in Ottawa. Yay. And guess what? Well, she had a horrible fall during the race.
Oh, no.
But she managed to pick up and went on to win the national championship.
Oh, my God.
Made some personal history.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
my God, that's incredible.
First ever World Cup victory for Canada. First ever national championship for this family. So very exciting.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
exciting.
You must be so elated.
I'm so elated. I did not get a lick of sleep because, of course, I was so buzzing after that. Like, who can sleep?
Of course.
So my apologies for whatever ensues today on the show. But I'll try to find a picture. And, yeah, big moment in our household. So, yeah, very, very rainy on the track. Conditions were horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like that rain has moved east, and we're getting it now in our region.
Yes, so we are going to still deal with some showers and or drizzle early this morning for the Maritime region, but we will be seeing some clearing for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. So lots of sunshine headed your way. In terms of that wet weather, though, just keep that in mind when you are heading out, but not seeing any right now in St. John's, Newfoundland. It's going to be quite a beautiful start to your day. 8 degrees as of right now in St. John's. In terms of our current temperatures, it's actually a warm day ahead. A warm start to the day as well. 13 degrees in Halifax, 14 starting off your day in Charlottetown as well as into Fredericton, 9 degrees this morning in Labrador City. We do have a wind warning in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. That will be ending a little bit later this morning. So here's a look at that system tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. We are going to deal with some wet weather starting off your day and sticking around for parts of the region into the afternoon, but clearing for parts as well. If you're wondering about our wind today, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one. As of right now, 50 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. We're looking at 26 in Charlottetown, 24 kilometers per hour in Canso, with 22 into Sydney and North Cape and Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 70 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 41 in Charlottetown, 33 in Canso, and 31 in Moncton. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. It was a significant day in a high-profile murder trial in St. John. The man accused of stabbing 2 boys to death in their apartment took the stand in his own defense and told jurors he remembers nothing from that day. CTV's Avery McRae has more.
Roman Commissioner told the court time and time again he does not remember the day before or the morning of the day he allegedly stabbed and killed a 17-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy in a North End St. John apartment in January of 2025. He has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. After a week's worth of testimony from Crown witnesses, the accused was the lone witness to take the stand on behalf of his defense. He told the jury about his upbringing in Ukraine and detailed his relationship with the victims as well as with witness A, whose identities are all protected under publication bans. The media can report the case involves alleged domestic violence. The accused often didn't answer his lawyer's questions. He testified the nail gun, which he bought just days before the killings, was purchased for work reasons. When the Crown's cross-examination begun, they confirmed details like the phone number and email of the accused, then asked Commissioner, "Did you plan to kill A, B, and C, D?" To which Commissioner testified, "I didn't plan to kill anyone." The Crown had questions about a number of things in the days leading to the murders, but Commissioner wasn't able to remember. The accused did admit to writing a letter signed 2 days before the killings in which he took full responsibility, but argued about the day it was written. When shown pictures of the boys dead in the apartment, Commissioner appeared shaken. When asked if he killed CD, who was found by the front door, Commissioner said, "I guess so," before telling the Crown, "You have pictures, you have witnesses, you have everything in your hand. I was listening over here trying to recover this horrible situation." The trial will now take a few days to allow for both the Crown and defense to prepare their final arguments. Those statements will be heard Tuesday morning, and then Justice Darrell Stevenson will give the jurors his final instructions as they prepare to make their verdict. Avery McCrae, CTV News, St. John.
It turns out that lengthy strike by long-term care workers in Nova Scotia is not over after all. Despite a deal with the province nearly 2 weeks ago, CUPE says 3 long-term care homes are refusing to negotiate remaining issues, including so-called standby pay. The 3,600 workers were off the job for 2 months, and the union said it was under the impression remaining local bargaining issues would be resolved quickly, but that hasn't happened, so the picketing has resumed at the 3 homes. A welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3. And diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6. And diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $2.01.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter. And diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. Dedicated soccer fans gathered in downtown Halifax last night as Canada played Qatar in a do-or-die World Cup match, and they were not disappointed. Despite cool, damp weather, the excitement was palpable at Canada Soccer House. Team Canada delivered an outstanding game, shutting out Qatar 6-0 on home soil in Vancouver. Goal 5 technically came from local legend Jacob Schaffelberg, who was born in Kentville. Halifax fans thought Canada's first ever World Cup win was all pretty awesome.
I think all in all, great performance from the team from the start to finish. The guys really put attacking emphasis today, really needed the goals, and it looked like it came through in the result today. So I'm really happy that we made our way and everybody made their way out to have a good time today.
Of course, on the downside, midfielder Ishmael Kone suffered a serious leg injury and had to be carried off the field on a stretcher. Canada's next World Cup match is against Switzerland next Wednesday.
Wonderful to see that viewing party down in downtown Halifax. If you can get down there or any viewing party in your region, do it, because it's really fun to be there with a collected group of people.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It was packed way before the game even started, too. Like, every seat was full in that house there. So
amazing.
Get there early, too,
yeah,
if you do plan on going to any of these events.
These are very special, significant moments we can all share together. I was at the big viewing party at Garrison Grounds, the first one, and it was amazing. Last night, of course, watching the meet myself at home. But maybe Wednesday I'll see what I can do about the Switch.
It's an earlier game, too. It's for our time. So.
Yeah.
There we go.
Much better.
There we go. I'll hold the seat, get the seat warmed up. My friends will be there for sure. They're huge fans. Okay, so let's move on to our next item, okay? This is related to World Cup, exactly what we're talking about. There's been an issue with business owners being able to keep up with the demand of foreign beer drinkers. For example, these enthusiastic Australian fans literally nearly drank a Vancouver pub dry.
Wow.
We're here to give to the community. It's at 3 p.m. And our game is at 9. We're already started at 10 a.m. this morning on the beers. Boost to the community, mate. That's what we're here for. We're using our taxpayers' money for you, Canada, for you.
Well, thank you. Fans of the Socceroos nearly drank at least one Vancouver pub dry before, during, and after their match with Turkey this week. The Sportsbar says they sold about 2,500 beers, forcing an emergency restock. There have been similar stories from host bars in cities across North America.
My goodness.
Wow. Yeah.
Talk about a boom in tourism.
So they said it was going to have an impact economically, but they didn't just realize how much of an impact.
And this is still very early days of the World Cup.
Exactly.
Yes. So if you want to watch the action at home, well, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is available on CTV, TSN, and Crave. That's where you'll find coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. Now, the coverage will impact our shows on certain days. So CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV2 on certain days. To find out when, use that QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca for the full details.
All right, well, we'll take our first break this morning. Up next, a first look at your national and international news headlines on this Friday. And also, Latavia will have our first full look at the forecast. But for now, here's a live look this morning at Halifax. Beautiful start to the day here after some rainy weather this morning. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Friday. The time now is 6:14. We're taking a live look at Fredericton. 14 degrees starting off your day. We are expecting a bit of shower activity early this morning, so a chance of showers clearing out, leaving sunshine later this morning. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Not too bad starting off your day for the Maritime region, quite warm. 15 degrees early this morning in Halifax, 14 starting off your day in Charlottetown. We have 10 degrees right now in Labrador City and 12 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. A wind warning currently issued for Cape Breton Island. This will be ending a little bit later this morning, but could see wind gusts getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. Here's a look at the wet weather tracking across much of Atlantic Canada early this morning. We are seeing a shower activity, a chance of showers will start to clear out for parts of the Maritime region, specifically across parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia into the afternoon. We will be seeing some sunshine return, but also going to see the return of a chance of showers across New Brunswick after clearing out later this morning. We are going to see some sunny breaks, a chance of showers, and a risk of thunderstorms will return. Into tonight, we do have a chance of showers expected for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces. Quite low and spotty in its activity, though. That will take us into early Saturday morning. It's going to be a bit of a wet start to the day, as Newfoundland and Labrador also holds on to precipitation. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, lighter than we saw yesterday, but still holding on to 10 to 20 millimeters into Campbellton, parts of Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for Cape Breton Island at around 5 to 10 millimeters. Now for Labrador, it's going to remain quite light, but for Newfoundland, looking at 10 to 20 millimeters expected. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs are a bit cooler, still remaining seasonal for much of our daytime highs, though. 15 degrees in Campbellton, up to 24 in Moncton. Looking at a chance of showers early this morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A chance of showers expected to return late this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms and wind picking up as well with gusts of 40. Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 21 to 23 today. A chance of showers starts off the day, clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers will return into the evening. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see daytime highs between 16 to 26 degrees into Antigonish. Periods of rain start off the day, clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For the rest of Nova Scotia, periods of drizzle and or showers already beginning to clear out, leaving mainly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. Daytime highs between 17 degrees in Yarmouth, up to 24. Wind gusts of 40. Labrador City looking at 18 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. A mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. Periods of rain moves in this afternoon into the evening. For forecast into Saturday, we do still hold on to a chance of showers for all 3 Maritime provinces. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing shower activity as well, a bit steadier in its activity. And then into Saturday, early evening, we start to see some steadier shower activity for eastern Nova Scotia. Other than that, though, on Sunday, for the official start of summer and Father's Day, we are going to see a bit of sunshine return to parts of Nova Scotia. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. The House of Commons is now set to break for the summer, leaving some key bills in limbo. CTV's Rachel Aiello takes us through what was accomplished this session and what wasn't.
I think I've taking a week somewhere, yeah. Very nice. Yeah, take care.
MPs are now on summer recess. The House of Commons adjourning Thursday afternoon after what the Liberals say was a productive sitting.
In the spring sitting we are finishing today, MPs passed 21 government bills in the House in 14 weeks.
Among the key pieces of legislation the government has recently passed are a series of justice bills, including on bail reform and hate crimes, legislation to implement the measures promised in the budget, and the bill granting police new access powers, though those last two still need to clear the Senate. There are also several bills that have been left in limbo until the fall, including the so-called Safe Social Media Act, privacy reform legislation, and a bill to ban goods made with forced labor. The Conservatives, despite agreeing to wrap a day early, said Prime Minister Mark Carney didn't get enough done, slamming him for skipping dozens of question periods.
Canadians will continue to ask, where are the results, while the Prime Minister continues to hide.
When the spring sitting began, Carney had a minority government. But thanks to floor crossers and by-elections, the Liberals secured a majority in April, making it easier to advance their agenda.
So they're basically working as if they were the only party in the House.
Asked if he's kept track of how many times the Liberals leveraged their standing to shut down debate, the government House leader said no.
I have not.
Why not?
I have bills to pass, work to do.
MPs will be spending the next 2.5 months in their ridings, with the Liberals headed into the summer hiatus with a double-digit polling lead over the Conservatives.
Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers have signed new collective agreements, bringing their bargaining process to an end. As part of the ratification process, members of the union recently voted to accept the tentative agreements. The new contract introduces measures such as introducing a more affordable weekend delivery model as part of a broader push from Canada Post to modernize and return to financial stability. The Prime Minister has announced funding to build a new school and modernized healthcare center in Tumbler Ridge.
A new school for bright kids to learn, grow, and dream, and better facilities for the incredible healthcare workers who support those in need.
The federal government and the province of BC will each pitch in $100 million. The new school will replace the old one at the site of the horrific mass shooting in February that claimed the lives of 8 people. Carney said construction will begin this summer, starting with the removal of the existing school. A quick break now. When we return, your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move.
Hard to believe that was 8 years ago.
Wow.
All right, it's now 6:24. Time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. I'm Adam Scully with your must-see moment from Thursday. And before we go to the pitch, Canada taking on Qatar in their second group stage match. 29th minute, Teja Buchanan shots blocked. Jonathan David there to bury the incredible volley. He'd end up with a hat trick in the match, the first by a home player in a World Cup since 1966. Canada earns their first ever World Cup win in a 6-0 blowout. It's a busy day on the network on Friday. The second round of the U.S. Open tees off bright and early, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. Pacific. And our exclusive coverage of the FIFA World Cup continues with a quadruple header, beginning with the United States taking on Australia at 2:45 p.m. Eastern, 11:45 a.m. Pacific on TSN, CTV, and Crave. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now we'll take a look at our business headlines from our colleagues at BNN.
Tim Cook blames the higher cost of memory chips for the rising price tag. Cook says the company has been shielding customers from those higher costs, but that is no longer sustainable. The AI build-out has swallowed up huge supplies of memory chips, allowing providers to charge more. Cook didn't say when prices would rise or by how much. Here are the closing numbers for the day. West Texas Intermediate down to 75.65. Western Canadian Select is up to 62.59, and the TSX lost 155 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our weekend forecast for New Brunswick today. Showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but returning with a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon. 22 degrees is your daytime high. 18 degrees on Saturday. Scattered showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And we're looking at sunshine for the southern region of the province, scattered showers for the first official day of summer, and on Father's Day with a high of 20. For Nova Scotia, 22 degrees today. Drizzle and/or showers will clear, leaving sunshine this afternoon. 21 degrees on Saturday. Showers clear, leaving mainly sunny skies for parts of the province. And then on Sunday, on Father's Day, we're looking at a high of 20, a mix of sun and cloud across the province. For Prince Edward Island, 21 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. But showers return on Saturday with a cool down of 15 degrees. 16 on the first official day of summer. Cloudy skies on Father's Day. Time now, 6:26.
Just ahead this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today, we want to know about your dad or the father figures in your life. That's in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, and thanks for being with us on this Friday morning. Made it to Friday, which is always exciting. And as we just heard there, we're heading into the weekend. It's Father's Day weekend, which is always a big day in many households. Of course, Latavia and I, we both lost our fathers. So Father's Day for a lot of people too can be not necessarily a sad day, but you celebrate it in a different way. So, about our question of the day, thinking of ways to celebrate, to honor. I know in my household, we always like to make pizza because my dad would make pizza every Sunday growing up.
Wow.
So that's usually a way we like to celebrate and just remember him. So lots of different ways. Even if you're without your father this weekend, there's still lots of nice ways you can celebrate the day.
Absolutely.
It sounds like I looked at 3 days. It looks like the weather's going to take a nice turn for Sunday too.
Yes, for parts of the Maritime region, we will be seeing some sunshine return on Sunday, although cooler. It is the first official day of summer as well. 5:24 a.m. Atlantic. So we are going to see some sunshine at least.
Waking up to summer, though.
Yes, yeah. Monday, sunshine for all of the region.
Well, it can change a little bit, too. Maybe that time.
Exactly.
I love when people get up early to watch the summer solstice, like they get for sunrise for yoga and such. Never done that before, but maybe not this year.
No. You're like, let's be real here. Yeah, not getting up early on
next year. Next year.
Sure, next year. Put it on the list is what we'll say. Oh, wow, what a beautiful morning.
Absolutely. In Lockport, the sun is already shining. We are holding on to some sunshine for parts of the region, as well as that wet weather begins to clear out of the Maritime region. But we do have a chance of showers still tracking across parts of the region, so something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. Grab your rain gear if needed. 15 degrees to start in Halifax, 14 in Charlottetown, as well as into Fredericton this morning, 9 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay and in Corner Brook. We do still have a wind warning in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Will end a little bit later this morning. So here's a look at that system tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. Still dealing with wet weather for parts of the region, clearing out for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island this afternoon, leaving sunshine. Also going to see the return of a chance of showers for parts of the region. Here's a look at our wind forecast. It's going to be a bit breezy for the Maritimes today. 48 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in Grand Etang, 28 in Charlottetown, 31 in Canso, 22 in Sydney. Wind gusts getting up to 63 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 39 in Charlottetown, 31 in Sydney, and 28 in Yarmouth. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. We are hearing from the mother of a murder victim who's upset the man convicted of her son's death is getting a new trial. The accused was also recently convicted in another high-profile murder case. Here's CTV's Callum Smith.
I miss him.
All she has left are photos. It's been an agonizing almost 10 years since Lisa Kravis' son, Tyler Kaiser, was killed.
To be honest, I haven't fully processed everything that happened.
22-year-old Tyler Kaiser was being dropped off at a halfway house on Gottingen Street when he was gunned down in November 2016. Adam Drake was found guilty by a judge almost 8 years later. But in the decision released yesterday, the Nova Scotia Court of Appeal found the trial judge erred in his assessment of evidence from a key Crown witness, the man who testified that Drake was the shooter. Kravis says the last decade has been torture.
He's incarcerated, he's not incarcerated, he's on bail, he's not on bail. We dropped the original murder charge, and all of a sudden there's no murder charge.
Drake remains behind bars. He's also appealing a second-degree murder conviction in Pat Stay's 2022 stabbing death.
There's a possibility that this man, this monster, is going to be back out on the streets.
In overturning Drake's conviction, the Court of Appeal ordered a new trial. But Kravis' fight for justice won't stop. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
A prominent Maritimer who was a former Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick has passed away. In a statement yesterday, Premier Susan Holt offered condolences to the family of Marilyn Trenholm Council. She was the province's 28th Lieutenant Governor, as well as a former senator, a member of the Order of Canada and the Order of New Brunswick, and past president of the Literacy Coalition of New Brunswick. She was also a respected doctor. Holt says Trenholm Council leaves behind a province shaped by her compassion and her conviction. Marilyn Trenholm Council was 93. There was a welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all three Maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3. And diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6. And diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $2.01.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter. And diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. More than 11,000 NB Power customers from Moncton to Bucktouche were left without power just before the noon hour Thursday after what the utility says was a transmission equipment failure. Officials also confirmed the outage was not related to copper theft or seismic activity. According to NB Power, the problem began at a transmission substation in the Greater Moncton area where crews were carrying out routine maintenance. A switch failed during that work, knocking thousands of customers off the grid for a few hours. Tens of thousands of people will gather around Halifax Harbor this weekend to watch some high-speed racing as Sail GP hits the water. The event officially kicked off Thursday with opening ceremonies inside the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. The International Sailing Circuit is bringing 13 teams to the harbor for races on Saturday and Sunday. It's been 2 years since Halifax last hosted the event, and since then, registration for sailing programs has spiked, with new programs even launching to meet the demand, particularly in foiling.
The racing part is certainly the most flashy. There's a whole crew that goes into it. You need a shore team to keep the boat working. You need the data side of it, of crunching the numbers so that you can continue to improve on your performance.
If you are eager to see some of the excitement, boats will be on the water this afternoon. Practice racing starts at 4 o'clock, so just a little sneak preview of what to expect this weekend.
Beautiful.
Sneak preview yesterday. I saw one of the foils out zipping around.
Yes, yeah, they
that's
were.
exciting.
I think some of the teams that had damage from another race were out practicing, just making sure their boats are in tip-top shape. So that was a surprise. I saw some of that too, and I was like, I thought that was until Friday.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it.
Yes.
Okay, this is a little one for the science files and the animal files. Have you ever wondered if goats can listen to humans? Well, the answer is maybe. In a recent study, researchers put 2 buckets up against a wall, and one of them had food inside. We're going to see the experiment in a sec. A person who was out of sight would call out in the direction of the food. So you may be thinking, this is a 50-50 guess, or the goats could smell the food. But the researchers say actually the goats went to the food more often than executed by chance. They think, listening. So the goats may have developed their listening skills through domestication is the theory behind this. But in any case, a cute little study and a chance to show some goats.
Right?
I always think about that too. With, you know, we see with dogs and cats can kind of listen, or they know at least some words in whatever language you speak. So it makes sense that other animals would.
Yeah, they're domestic animals too. Yeah, for sure. Are they stubborn? Oh yeah.
Definitely, but I mean, so is my dog. So.
Right? Exactly. Oh yeah.
All right, well, still ahead this morning, your entertainment headlines. But next, the Move Morning Chat. And today we want to know what makes your father the best. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Happy Friday, Atlantic, Canada. The time now is 6:42. We're taking a live look at Truro. We are seeing a bit of a cloudy but sunny start to the day as showers have cleared out, holding on to sunshine into the afternoon. So we are seeing quite warm temperatures starting off your day for the Maritime region. 15 degrees right now in Halifax, 14 starting off your day in Fredericton and in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in Labrador City, and 12 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a wind warning in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. It will be ending later this morning, but could expect wind gusts getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. So here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are holding on to precipitation for parts of Atlantic Canada, looking at showers early this morning for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland, Labrador going to see some precipitation as well. Into the afternoon, we do see some clearing, leaving sunshine across parts of Nova Scotia, but holding on to a chance of showers across New Brunswick with the risk of thunderstorms. Also going to see a bit of shower activity for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Newfoundland, Labrador still going to deal with wet weather as we head towards tonight. Taking us into early Saturday morning, we are expecting a bit of sunshine in the forecast, but also a chance of showers will return. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to remain quite light for the most part, seeing the heaviest 10 to 20 millimeters into Campbellton as well as into parts of Prince Edward Island. For Cape Breton Island, looking at 5 to 10 millimeters, not really seeing much accumulation for Labrador. And then for Newfoundland, also going to see around 10 to 20 millimeters of accumulation. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 15 degrees in Campbellton up to 24 in Moncton. We are going to see showers early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Late into the afternoon, a chance of scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms will return. Wind gusts getting up to 40 today. Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 21 to 23 degrees. Showers early on, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. But we will be seeing showers return into the evening. Pretty light wind across the island today. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to start the day off with rain. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with daytime highs between 16 degrees in Canso up to 26 degrees in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, periods of drizzle under showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a sunshine for the remainder of the day. Daytime highs between 17 degrees in Yarmouth up to 24, wind gusts of 40. For Labrador City, 18 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day today. 8 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and clouds starting off the day. Periods of rain move in this afternoon and evening. For Saturday's forecast is going to be a chance of showers remaining for all 3 maritime provinces, although we will be seeing some sunny breaks for parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador also going to see precipitation. And then into Sunday's forecast, the first official day of summer and Father's Day, we will be seeing sunshine return for parts of Atlantic Canada, but also holding on to a chance of showers and a chance of drizzle. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. This morning, we're talking about Father's Day as it is approaching this upcoming Sunday. So we want you to shout out your dad and tell us what makes him the best. Aaron, you going to start us off?
Sure. I love talking about my dad.
Aww.
He's the best. I only see him a couple times a year. He's in Calgary, but we have such a good relationship, and I love road tripping with my dad. It is like one of my favorite things to do. Every summer, I'll fly out there, and we go on like an 8-hour road trip, just him and I, through the Rocky Mountains. We go to Penticton, where he used to take me for summer vacations when I was a kid. We go stay at the crappy little motel that we used to go stay at when we were young. Anyway, we do like our own little tradition of it, and it's my favorite thing, just blasting music, road tripping. We go out to eat, we go to the beach. It's the best. So shout out to my dad. Happy Father's Day. He watches, by the way, all the way from Calgary, Alberta every morning. So he's going to be watching this and loving it. So hi, Dad.
Well, hi,
Happy
Aaron's
Father's
dad.
I would like to shout out my dad. My dad's been gone now for almost 25 years, but he was a community builder. I've mentioned several times that my hometown is Parsbro, and lots of folks still remember him there because he was part of a business that employed lots of people, and he was involved with the hospital and all that sort of thing. But just to take it down to from a family perspective, he looked after us so well and made sure that he was always there for us. And one thing that I remember standing out, he would come to all of the events, all the silly things that I did, all of the musicals and the plays and all that sort of thing, and fundraisers. That's where I would see him come out. If we were having an auction, for example, my dad would be the guy fairly close to the front who would bid on everything and bid it up so that the prices would actually go up quite a bit. And he would always end up going home with a truckload of stuff that he didn't need whatsoever. But the fundraisers were usually a success because he and another couple of folks in the audience would bid everything up and make sure there was lots of money coming in for our fundraisers for whatever it was, a class trip or the school band or whatever it happened to be.
Sounds like a pretty good man. Love that. I'm going to show to my dad, Bob Garrett. He is a musical man, and he still plays in a band. And he actually, when I was a kid, he was in a band, and he was my science teacher. He wrote a song like an original song for my wedding. He's just a wonderful, wonderful man. He's always there to you know, if you need any help with anything, Dad's always there, and he has a real heart of gold. So I love you, Dad.
Oh, so sweet. I'm going to shout out my dad as well. He passed when I was 23 years old, so we've missed a lot of great milestones together, like me having my kids, his grandkids. But I loved my dad for his flirty, funny banter. I always thought it was so embarrassing when he would make jokes or flirt with people, just like out of the ordinary for him. And it just turns out that I am my dad. Who would have thunk it?
Yes.
So all his weird quirks I have ingested into my own life, and I miss him, and I just wish I could call him and just have a laugh because he was always there for me. And yeah, I'm glad that I got him to walk me down the aisle for my first marriage. I'm divorced, so for me that was a big milestone, at least, that we got to share together before he passed. But yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, with Father's Day coming up, what a perfect time to talk about dads. Shouting out the dads or dad figures in your life. We're going to turn it over to our viewers. Let us know. Give us a little special shout out to the dad figures in your life. Text us at 10400, and we'll have a little roundup later in the show.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. Time to head to Hollywood. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Bonnie doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She needs me.
Toy Story 5 is targeting a huge opening weekend. Industry experts expect the latest Disney Pixar animated film to have the biggest domestic box office movie opening of the year and possibly the highest debut in the Toy Story franchise. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. The stars of Supergirl flew into London for a sneak preview. Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa attended the event Thursday. The DC Studios movie that opens next week features a reluctant and complex superhero.
I think it's incredibly important to have someone who's a hero who's not perfect. I think that perfection is A, unattainable, but B, incredibly boring.
Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey are reuniting. The former True Detective castmates are set to star in an Apple TV comedy series called Brothers. The first 2 episodes premiere in September. And happy birthday to Oscar-winning actress Zoe Saldana, who turns 48 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
Murphy's Logic is brought to you by Kent Building Supplies. Look what we've built together.
The opinions expressed in this segment are solely those of the commentator. They do not purport to reflect the opinions or views of this station, CTV News, Bell Media, or its employees.
And this morning in Murphy's Logic, Steve has some thoughts on the economy and what's in a name when it comes to inflation and affordability.
Here is Steve Murphy.
It's technical. Politicians and economists have spent much of the last 2 weeks talking about Canada's technical recession. After recording 2 quarters of negative growth, a term which is, incidentally, a technical oxymoron, the country's economy now meets the definition of having entered a recession. Opposition politicians have gleefully seized on this as proof Mark Carney, the celebrated central banker, is failing to deliver on his economic promises as Prime Minister. Supporters of the PM and his government, and even some economists say, despite the definition, it's not a real recession because it's been brief and shallow and without widespread unemployment. Look, no doubt all of this is debatable, a matter of semantics and economics, but the truth is most people don't care. To families having trouble buying the groceries and paying the bills, it doesn't matter if we're now in a recession, technical or otherwise. People who are working long hours for wages that come up short can take little solace in the knowledge that the unemployment rate is going down. Politicians and economists who get caught up in technical definitions and self-serving rhetoric sound out of touch and tone deaf to those who are struggling, in need of relief, and demanding action, as a great many Canadians are. No doubt the economy could be a lot worse, and it may yet be. But for millions, things could be a lot better. That's not a technicality, that's reality. I'm Steve Murphy.
Happening now, the man accused of stabbing 2 boys to death in St. John has taken the stand in his own defense. A welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. Plus, it was an exciting night for soccer fans who gathered in Halifax to watch Team Canada win their first ever World Cup game. We'll have those details coming up next in your local news headlines, but first, the 3-day forecast with Latavia.
Thanks, Stephanie. Starting off with New Brunswick, 22 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving sunshine, but return into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. 18 degrees on Saturday. Looking at scattered showers clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. We do have scattered showers returning on Sunday, but we do have sunshine for the southern region of the province. 20 degrees on Father's Day. Nova Scotia is looking at 22 degrees today. Drizzle and or showers clearing, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. 21 on Saturday. Looking at showers also going to clear. On Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud returns. For Prince Edward Island, 21 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving sunshine. Showers on Saturday, clearing on Sunday.
It's Friday, June 19th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, taking the stand. The man accused of killing 2 boys in St. John takes the stand in his own defense. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And what a weekend on the water. We'll chat with one of the participants in this weekend's big SailGP event. We'll find out what's new, where you can watch. All that coming up this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's 7 o'clock on Friday, inching towards a very busy weekend, I'm sure, for many. The first official start of summer, Father's Day, both on Sunday.
SailGP.
Right?
SailGP.
Lots going on.
Celtic Festival. There's so much to do.
Oh, yeah.
Still lots of other World Cup games aside from, Canada doesn't play till Wednesday, but still lots to watch in that sense.
That was an exciting game.
Very exciting.
I could hear my husband shouting from downstairs.
It was
like, keep it down.
Very exciting. Tom Ramshaw from Team North Star, Canada's team, in the studio, ready to have a talk about SailGP. Very exciting.
Yes. It's
real.
Cool event.
It's back.
I can't believe it's back.
I know.
But no,
okay. It's going to happen regardless. A little wind probably is a good thing. Weather-wise, what are we looking at this weekend?
Well, we do still have some pop-up showers across parts of the region, but for others, seeing clearing for parts of the Maritime region, leaving sunshine early in the morning. So we'll take a live look at Charlottetown. It is a bit of a cloudy start to the day. Still holding on to a bit of shower activity early this morning, but looks like it's starting to clear out. We will be seeing clouds clear out as well, leaving some sunshine into this afternoon. But as of right now, as you head outdoors this morning, 14 degrees starting off your day, and it is a bit breezy for parts of the region as well. Here's a look at our current temperatures. 15 degrees in Halifax with 14 in Fredericton, 10 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 12 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to a wind warning for parts of Cape Breton Island. It will end a little bit later on. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. A chance of showers and or drizzle for the Maritime region early this morning. Also seeing a bit of shower and drizzle activity for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing some sunshine for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. In terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead. 48 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 28 in Charlottetown, 31 in Canso, 22 in Sydney. Wind gusts getting up to 63 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 39 in Charlottetown, 31 in Sydney. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. The man accused of stabbing 2 boys to death in their apartment in St. John took the stand in his own defense and told the jury he remembers nothing from that day. Roman Commissioni told the court time and time again he does not remember the day before or the morning of the day he allegedly stabbed and killed a 17-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy in January of 2025. He has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. The accused was the lone witness to take the stand on behalf of his defense. The Crown and defense will now take a few days to prepare their final arguments before court resumes Tuesday. Fire has destroyed a motel in Doketown. 21 people escaped the flames, which quickly took down part of the structure. The building had become a housing solution for many in the New Brunswick village. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
Taylor's Motel has been a local landmark on Route 8 in Doketown for close to 7 decades, and in recent years has served as long-term housing in the community. A fire was reported here around 2:30 early Wednesday morning. It spread quickly, destroying most of the building. Carl Price is the mayor of Doketown.
Everybody get out, thanks to a young woman working. She came in, I think, just around the time the fire started smoking. And she started and woke everybody up.
All 21 people in the building escaped without injury.
They're very lucky that she come home when she did, because that's an older building, and it went fast, and it was like an inferno, like the flames were shooting sky high.
Price says local firefighters in Doketown and the entire community of Upper Miramichi worked to get the fire under control quickly, preventing it from spreading further. There is still no official word on how the fire started. Almost everybody who was in the motel at the time of the fire was a longtime tenant. The Canadian Red Cross tells CTV it is providing assistance to 10 households. Mayor Price, who was only elected to the position a few weeks ago, says the sudden displacement of that many residents will deeply impact the area.
Everything's going to be affected here for some time, but our biggest concern was them, getting them housed and getting them looked after, and we'll still continue to keep tabs on things.
The Canadian Red Cross says everybody has accommodations for now and that it will continue to work with the community as the situation evolves. Nick Moore, CTV News, Doketown, New Brunswick.
The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3, and diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6, and diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $2.01.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter, and diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. Dedicated soccer fans gathered in downtown Halifax last night as Canada played Qatar in a do-or-die World Cup match, and they were not disappointed. Despite cool, damp weather, the excitement was palpable at Canada's Soccer House. Team Canada delivered an outstanding game, shutting out Qatar 6-0 on home soil in Vancouver. Goal 5 technically came from local legend Jacob Schaffelberg, who was born in Kentville. Halifax fans thought Canada's first ever World Cup win was all pretty awesome.
I think all in all, great performance from the team from the start to finish. The guys really put attacking emphasis today, really needed the goals, and it looked like it came through in the result today. So I'm really happy that we made our way and everybody made their way out to have a good time today.
Of course, on the downside, midfielder Ishmael Kone suffered a serious leg injury and had to be carried off the field on a stretcher. Canada's next World Cup match is against Switzerland next Wednesday, and that's at 4 o'clock our time here, so 4:30 in parts of Newfoundland and Labrador.
I hope to be among those people.
Absolutely.
It's a good time.
Just looked like so much fun there.
Indeed. Okay, big news as well in track and field in Nova Scotia, and also for my daughter, Frances, all right? This is her in shock and awe after she won her race in the U20 steeplechase at the Canadian Track and Field Championships in Ottawa last night. Conditions were horrible. It was so rainy, even hail at moments, so the race was very slippery. Frances did fall coming off one of the barriers, but she managed to get up, keep fighting, and she won the U20 race. There she is, holding the hardware.
Congratulations.
Yes. Got a couple more shots here. There she is on the podium with the other girls. Oh, tough race. Those women are tough. And there is going to be an upcoming U20 World Track and Field Championships. That's coming up in Oregon in August. And the team has not yet been named. There she is. After the race, a rainbow came out.
Oh!
That's
victorious.
Yeah, there we go. So that's quite a moment. Anyway, we'll find out if she made the Canadian team. It'd be exciting to see her wearing the uniform with Canada maple leaf on it. Right,
so
but we'll see. That to come. In the meantime, Team Canada in soccer still just making us so proud.
Yes.
Big night last night. We'll see what happens Wednesday. But if you want to see any game at all happening during the FIFA World Cup, go to CTV, TSN, or Crave. That's your home for coverage of every game. Now, occasionally, our CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 may be moved to this channel on certain days due to scheduling of soccer. So if that's the case, you can scan the QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca for the exact details.
All right, well, still ahead in this half hour, your national and international headlines. But first, Latavia's full Friday forecast. Here's a live look at Moncton. This morning looks a little bit damp there still, but Latavia will let us know if that will clear. This is in Antigonish. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning and welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:12. We're taking a live look at Moncton. 14 degrees you head outdoors this morning, and we are expecting a chance of scattered showers to continue throughout the day today. Risk of thunderstorms. It's brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. It is quite a warm start to the day for much of the Maritime region. 15 degrees right now in Halifax, 14 in Charlottetown, as well as into Fredericton. 12 degrees now in Labrador City, and 11 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Hold on to a wind warning that remains in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. It will be ending later this morning. We are still expecting wind gusts of 100 kilometers per hour. All right, here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are taking a look at a bit of shower activity for parts of all three maritime provinces. We are seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of southern Nova Scotia early this morning. Newfoundland and Labrador also expecting some wet weather to track across both those provinces. Into the afternoon, though, we will be seeing some clearing from that precipitation for mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area as well. For Prince Edward Island, also going to see showers clear out, but we are holding on to a risk of thunderstorms across Brunswick. Still some wet weather for parts of all three maritime provinces. Into this evening, a chance of showers remains, but we are going to see much more clearing across much of Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador still dealing with some wet weather as well. And that takes us into Saturday, where we are going to still see a chance of showers, but also sunshine will return as well. Here's a look at our rainfall outlook. We are going to see around 10 to 20 millimeters for Campbellton, as well as in two parts of Prince Edward Island. For Cape Breton, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters, and then for Newfoundland, 10 to 20 millimeters expected as well. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 14 degrees in Campbellton up to 24 in Fredericton and Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud this afternoon, but then late into the afternoon, we do have a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms will return. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 21 to 22 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon and pretty light wind across the island today. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, rain will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs will range from 16 degrees in Canso up to 26 in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, period of drizzle and or showers clear, leaving sunshine for the remainder of the day. Highs will range from 18 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 into Kentville and Bridgewater. And then for Labrador City, 18 degrees with scattered showers today. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Periods of rain move in this afternoon. Saturday's forecast, although we will be seeing a chance of showers for all 3 maritime provinces, we'll be seeing some sunny breaks as well. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing steadier shower activity expected. For our forecast into Sunday, the first official start of summer, and Father's Day, we will be seeing sunshine return, but isolated showers still track across parts of the island of the Maritime region. That's a look at your weather. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
Here's your campfire conditions report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. Campfires are currently allowed in the province of New Brunswick. In the province of Nova Scotia, campfires are permitted between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. for most, with a few exceptions. In Cape Breton, both Cape Breton and Richmond County are allowed to have campfires between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. And down in the southwest of Nova Scotia, both Yarmouth and Shelburne counties are closed for campfires. For the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted, with domestic brush burning allowed between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m.
The entire country is celebrating this morning after Canada's men's soccer team has earned its first ever World Cup victory with a dominant 6-0 win over Qatar in Vancouver. The win puts Canada in a strong position heading into its final group stage match against Switzerland next Wednesday. But for now, fans are savoring the victory. Here's CTV's Andrew Johnson.
Many could have predicted a win over Qatar, but few could have imagined how it unfolded. A 6-0 win, and Jonathan David, Canada's all-time leading scorer, breaking out of a slump in the most incredible way with a hat-trick to send these fans home dancing.
I'm fired up. It was incredible. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
It's unbelievable. Like, the atmosphere, the crowd.
I never thought I would see the World Cup being played in Canada. And now they're through to the next round. It's a statement win. It's just unbelievable. It's incredible.
I was in the Toronto match. Here I am today. I never thought I'd see it. I'm blown away.
They made history. Get them made history. You know, Vancouver always does it like this.
How far can this team go?
All the way, maybe, right? But realistically, quarterfinals.
Canada's group at the World Cup now all comes down to next Wednesday, when Canada will again play at BC Place, taking on Switzerland. If they can earn at least a draw, they can win Group B and head on to the knockout round. And once again, it'll be a scene just like this.
The House of Commons is now set to break for the summer, leaving some key bills in limbo. CTV's Rachel Ayalo takes us through what was accomplished this session and what wasn't.
I think I'll be taking a week somewhere, yeah. Take care.
MPs are now on summer recess. The House of Commons adjourning Thursday afternoon after what the Liberals say was a productive sitting.
In the spring sitting we are finishing today, MPs passed 21 government bills in the House in 14 weeks.
Among the key pieces of legislation the government has recently passed are a series of justice bills, including on bail reform and hate crimes, legislation to implement the measures promised in the budget, and the bill granting police new access powers, though those last two still need to clear the Senate. There are also several bills that have been left in limbo until the fall, including the so-called Safe Social Media Act, privacy reform legislation, and a bill to ban goods made with forced labor. The Conservatives, despite agreeing to wrap a day early, said Prime Minister Mark Carney didn't get enough done, slamming him for skipping dozens of question periods.
Canadians will continue to ask, where are the results, while the Prime Minister continues to hide.
When the spring sitting began, Carney had a minority government. But thanks to floor crossers and by-elections, the Liberals secured a majority in April, making it easier to advance their agenda.
So they are basically working as if they were the only party in the House.
Asked if he's kept track of how many times the Liberals leveraged their standing to shut down debate, the government House leader said no.
I have not.
Why not?
I have bills to pass, work to do.
MPs will be spending the next 2.5 months in their ridings, with the Liberals headed into the summer hiatus with a double-digit polling lead over the Conservatives.
We'll take a short break now. Still much more to come on Your Morning Atlantic. Stay with us.
Welcome back, 7:23. SailGP returns to Halifax this weekend, and tens of thousands of fans will flock to the waterfront on both sides of the harbour to get as close as possible to the action. Our next guest is the action. Tom Ramshaw has been with SailGP since the very beginning of 2022, and he'll be serving in the position of grinder when his North Star SailGP team competes this weekend. And he's in studio this morning. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. I chatted with you when you were here 2 years ago. What's it like to be back in Halifax?
Oh, it's great. It's so special to be able to compete in Canada. I'm so used to being internationally. And to come home and have such a warm reception from the locals is incredible.
Well, we are very happy to have you and your teammates here. When you're racing, it was very exciting when you were here 2 years ago, but we have footage, and it appears that you are running those foils very close to the shore. Is it scary for you? Like for us, it's like, whoa, the action's right there. But when you're actually on the sails going at high speed, do you feel like you're going to crash into the shore?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, you get a bit desensitized towards the proximity and the speeds, but that's part of SailGP, is trying to get the action as close to the fans as possible. So, yeah, they put the boundary of the race course right on the shoreline, and it's pretty intense.
Here's you ripping around in Halifax Harbour on a single foil, which apparently has become quite popular with people in our region since SailGP was here. What does it feel like to be zipping around that fast?
Oh, it's pretty incredible. I mean, this is a kind of a new sport, wing foiling, and it's an incredible way to get on the water, and being on a board feels like you're floating on a cushion, and going at high speeds is, I mean, it's addicting. It's what I do with my spare time now, so.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It is incredible. I encourage anyone who likes water or action sports to get out there and give it a shot.
Wonderful. Okay, so your job this weekend for the actual race is going to be something called grinder. So describe for our viewers what exactly you do. You actually literally do something like this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bike for your hands. It's very common on lots of different types of large sailboats, and what you're doing is generating the power to pull ropes, essentially, and in our case, on the F50, this is to pull the wing in and trim it.
Okay.
So a lot of functions on the boat are with hydraulics, but that's a function that we do by hand and can be pretty taxing at times.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got some images of just the North Star team preparing for the season and doing everything you do. There's a lot to this. There's the whole setup over on the Dartmouth side where you keep the craft. And it's very, very exciting for us to have all of this in our region. For you, like you've been here for a few days. Do you feel the vibe in the city? Do you feel that we know that you're here and we're happy that you're here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sailing is often a sport that's very far away, not necessarily spectator friendly, and in this case, the spectators of Halifax are into it, and we bringing the racing close to shore. It's a good entertaining race, and I feel like the people of Halifax know that, and they are excited, and we feel that, and it's pretty special for us as a Canadian team to be able to race on home waters.
Well, it's good to hear that. There were some 50,000 people last time, probably even more this time. Beautiful opportunities along both sides of the harbour for you to come down and see the action. The pressure's on. You've been sailing since you were a little boy. This is in your blood, and now you do it professionally. Any advice out there for parents who have a child who might want to get into sailing?
Oh, I get in trouble for this, but I decided to go for the sailing and not do as much school. But the sailing was my school, so yeah, if you're passionate about sport and sailing, yeah, you gotta put the time in and commit, and there'll be ups and downs, but I'm really glad I did. It's SailGP and this team is a really special opportunity, and to have done sailing professionally for the last 15 years has been a real blessing. So yeah, just keep at it. Hard work gets you places you didn't know you could make it to. So
wonderful, and you got to start somewhere. So maybe enroll kids in a sailing program. You can see where it will take you. We'll see where the wind takes you this weekend, Tom. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And we have put more information about SailGP on our website. We're going to take a little break. Be back with more of our show after this.
Still to come this morning, financial checkup. Have the goals you made back in January taken a back seat? Well, we have a certified financial planner who can help you get back on track. That's just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in, halfway through the show already. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot to talk about today. Food Truck Friday, that'll be happening in next hour. We're going to get you on track financially this hour. I'm really enjoying today's show. How about you ladies?
Yeah, it's flying by though.
It really is.
Yes.
I guess it probably for people at home who might be tuning in today, Steph's filling in for Amanda. She'll be back. Amanda will be back Monday, but we're so happy to have you, Stephanie.
I'm always happy to pop in whenever I'm needed. It's great.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Latavia, you're here as per usual.
Yeah, I guess so.
Gold star.
Yeah.
You're always here. But you know what? Great to have you here too.
Thank you. It's going to be quite a nice day ahead for parts of the region. We are going to see the return of sunshine, but still holding on to some precipitation across parts of the region. Just something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. It's going to be a busy weekend though. Lots of events taking place. Summer solstice on Sunday morning, and then Father's Day as well on Sunday. So have fun.
Take down to the waterfront. Look at some SailGP.
Exactly.
Very exciting.
And look at here, beautiful sunny start to your day in Port de Grave. We are seeing sunshine for much of Newfoundland to start the day. We do have some precipitation that will roll in later this afternoon. But we are going to see a warm start to the day. Temperatures already climbing. As of right now, we are at 15 degrees in Halifax, 14 in Charlottetown, as well as into Moncton, 12 degrees in Labrador City, 11 in St. John's, Newfoundland. A bit of a breezy day ahead with a wind warning for parts of Cape Breton Island. We'll end a little bit later this morning, though. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. A chance of showers for parts of all three Maritime provinces to start your day, clearing out, leaving some sunshine, but returning into the afternoon. Newfoundland and Labrador going to see some wet weather as well today. And in terms of your wind forecast, wind getting up to 63 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 35 in Canso, 24 in Charlottetown and Sydney. Wind gusts getting up to 89 in Grand Etang, 48 kilometers per hour in Canso, 37 in Charlottetown and in Yarmouth. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. We are hearing from the mother of a murder victim who's upset the man convicted of her son's death is getting a new trial. The accused was also recently convicted in another high-profile murder case. It's been almost 10 years since Lisa Kravis's son, Tyler Kaiser, was killed. He was gunned down in November 2016 while being dropped off at a halfway house. Adam Drake was found guilty of first-degree murder almost 8 years later. But earlier this week, Drake won his appeal. The Nova Scotia Court of Appeal found the trial judge erred in his assessment of some evidence. For Kaiser's family, the whole ordeal has been torture.
He's incarcerated, he's not incarcerated, he's on bail, he's not on bail. We dropped the original murder charge, and all of a sudden, there's no murder charge.
Drake remains behind bars. He is also appealing a second-degree murder conviction in Pat Stay's 2022 stabbing death. Police in New Glasgow are opening up about the challenges they face in dealing with drugs, homelessness, and mental health issues in that community. As we told you earlier this week, the big city problems have hit the small town hard. The issue was even verified in a recent analysis of New Glasgow's wastewater.
percentage of substance in this area in our wastewater are stimulants. The second highest are opiates, and that really aligns with what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of poisoning and overdose with opiates.
10% of all individuals who are experiencing a mental health crisis seek treatment for the first time through police. So if we know this stat to be true, that people are coming in contact with police because of a mental health crisis rather than a criminal offense, I think this is just a natural fit.
Police have hired a mental health clinician, which has helped, but problems persist. A welcome change at the pumps. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3. And diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6. And diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $2.01.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter. And diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. A pair of sports organizations find themselves facing off over a place to play. The Dartmouth Baseball League is crying foul after learning City Hall might turn a longtime ball field into a cricket pitch. Fans of that sport are excited by the possibility.
120 to 130 members in 2021, but now we are close to like 450. And even with this, we have to turn down hundreds of players every year because we can't accommodate them.
The fields themselves are dedicated to Arthur H. Merrick, who was considered the founder of baseball, minor baseball in Dartmouth.
Regional Council will debate the matter next week. It was a hit in Halifax, and now it's Moncton's turn to celebrate the beautiful game at the FIFA Fan Fest. The Hub City played host yesterday as the national tour continues to make its way through the Maritimes. Perfect timing as soccer fans turned out to cheer on Team Canada at the viewing party. A power disruption in the afternoon did not stop the fans getting out to enjoy the activities. Many say they were excited to be part of the atmosphere and cheer on Canada alongside fellow supporters.
We're cheering for Canada, that's for sure. Yeah, I feel like they finally thought of like putting something big in Moncton, like the World Cup, and we got excited, like we couldn't miss it.
Today Canada plays Qatar, so let's all root for Canada to win that match.
It was a one-day stop in Moncton for the Traveling Fan Fest. After last night's big win for Canada, the tour now moves on to Quebec City for its next World Cup celebration later this weekend. And of course, we saw this Fan Fest last week in Halifax. It went to Charlottetown.
Yes.
So
it's way over.
Gosh.
Thus ends the Maritime tour for the FIFA Fan Fest.
Well, yeah. We loved having it here. It was great. Okay, let's talk about an animal that's been alive for nearly 2 centuries.
Okay.
It's celebrating a big milestone. It's a tortoise, of course. His name's Jonathan. He just set the Guinness World Record for the world's oldest terrestrial animal. He's a big boy. Jonathan is currently embracing the slow life on the remote South Atlantic island of St. Helena. He's lost his sense of smell, but he still has a healthy appetite. Guess when he was born? The early 1830s.
Whoa.
He's seen a lot.
Yeah.
He has. He's seen cars before cars, way before TV was 1830s. My goodness gracious. He wouldn't be eating bananas back then. Maybe if he was like they would. I don't know exactly, but maybe on St. Helena they have bananas. But what I'm trying to get at is he didn't have global trade.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure he didn't imagine he'd be a social media sensation either.
Right?
No. Jonathan, happy birthday.
Yes. All right, well, we want to remind you about our Move Morning Chats. And our question today, we want to know about your dad. Shout out your dad and what makes him the best. You can text us at 10400. We'd love to hear your responses, and we will share all of them at the end of the show. But for now, we'll take a short break, and just ahead, we have a mid-year money checkup. If you're looking to get your finances back on track, we'll find out some simple things you can do now to set yourself up for success. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. The time now is 7:43. We're taking a live look at Burnt Coat Head. A bit of a cloudy start to the day, but not currently seeing any precipitation in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A warm start to the day. 15 degrees in Halifax with 14 in Charlottetown, as well as into Fredericton. 12 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 11 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to a wind warning for parts of Cape Breton Island. It will be ending a little bit later this morning, but still could see wind gusts getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. A cloudy, foggy start to the day for much of Atlantic Canada. We are going to see fog burn off. Some of that precipitation will clear out for parts of the Maritime region, leaving sunshine into Nova Scotia, parts of Prince Edward Island, but also going to see sunshine into New Brunswick, but a chance of showers will return into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see wet weather move in to those provinces as well this afternoon and into the evening. We start to see the system break down for parts of the Maritime region, but still holding on to a bit of precipitation as we start off the day on Saturday, seeing sunshine return across Nova Scotia and parts of Prince Edward Island. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, going to remain quite light for much of the Maritime region, but going to see 10 to 20 millimeters for Campbellton, parts of Prince Edward Island, and for Cape Breton Island, looking at 5 to 10 millimeters. Labrador won't be seeing much accumulation from this system, but we are going to see around 10 to 20 millimeters across Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 14 degrees in Campbellton up to 24 degrees in both Fredericton and Moncton. Showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine. Late into the afternoon, though, a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms will return. Wind gusts getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, showers early on, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers will return into the evening, though, and highs will range from 21 to 22 degrees. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, rain starts off the day, will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs will range from 16 degrees in Canso up to 26 degrees in Antigonish. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, we will be seeing periods of drizzle clear out, leaving sunshine today. Also, a low chance of showers will return into the evening. Daytime highs between 21 to 25 degrees and wind picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Labrador City, 18 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day, and 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and clouds starting off the day. Rain moves in this afternoon and evening. Saturday's forecast, we do have some sunshine in the forecast for the Maritime region. Also seeing a chance of showers remain for all 3 Maritime provinces. Now, Newfoundland, Labrador is still going to see some wet weather moving in, and that will take us into Sunday's forecast, the first official day of summer. Also Father's Day, we will be seeing a mix of sun and cloud return as showers begin to clear out. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. At 7:46, and we're halfway through the year. And for many Canadians, financial goals made back in January may have taken a back seat to rising costs and busy schedules. So to help us get back on track, certified financial planner Ava Kochinoff joins us with some simple ideas for a mid-year money checkup. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome, Crystal. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure, and simple doesn't mean easy at all.
Not one bit, not one bit.
So, Ava, we're halfway through the year.
Yes.
Why is this a good time to reassess your finances?
Well, 2 things. A lot of times, like I'm sure you know, people who start the year with diets and exercise, money is part of that. I'm going to change, it's going to be different. And then you kind of fall off the wagon. And then June, well, for me, any time of the year is a good time to talk about money, but June is the midway point, and so you can kind of look at what went well or didn't go so well at the start and maybe make some changes before the end of the year.
A lot of people just, the strategy is to just hide from it all because they don't want to open up the bill packages or look at the bank accounts. So what's the first thing Canadians should look at?
They really should. Like what I tell everybody, start with your cash. Start with what comes in. I know that sounds simple, but what comes in, and sometimes through the year, little bits of extra money come in, like a bonus or a pay raise. And so look at what comes in and then definitely what your expenses are. And so always knowing your cash flow, taking that time to just open up your bank statements, your credit card statements, it really does make a difference to open your awareness.
Do you recommend like using an app to do that, writing it down on a piece of paper?
You know what, everybody's so different. Some people are old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned, I like the old paper and pen. Some people find great apps, so I never say do it one way, just do it.
Find a way.
Find a way.
Whatever works for you.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are some signs that people might need a bit of help when it comes to their money situation?
Okay. Well, what I always say is this time of the year when you're relying on your credit cards more and more, when you're carrying that balance on your cards, that's a really big sign. And the third one is when you come to the end of the month and there's nothing left. I mean, costs are rising, groceries are rising, gas has been going up. So it's all understandable, but when those three things happen to you repeatedly month after month, that's when for sure you need to be thinking about looking at your cash.
Okay, so what happens at that point? What do you do?
You start with a deep breath, and for most people, it's not just folks that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's people that are making really good money, and so it's happening to all of us. Middle income, the divide is, it's shrinking. Right?
So you got to make decisions.
You really do. You have to look at your discretionary spending and think about making some changes.
All right, so we've got about a minute left, so we've got a whole half year where we can do better. So where do you recommend people put their energy?
Absolutely. The first thing that I talk about is rebuilding your emergency plan if you've depleted it. So build that back up, because guess what? We're midpoint, so what's coming up is back to school, Christmas, and heat costs are coming.
Yeah,
right.
So we could build up a cushion.
Yes,
that's great.
Absolutely. So that's one part. And then if you're carrying high interest debt, look at some strategies to reduce that, right? And then the last one is just looking at what is coming up for you, because a lot of people know that the winter's coming. They know that school's coming back. University starts for a lot of folks. So it's all of those things to kind of prepare for.
Okay, well, Ava, this is all great advice. Thank you so much for checking in with us today.
For sure.
And we put Ava's information on our website so you can find out more about how she might be able to help you. Now we're going to turn our attention over to Stephanie with health and medical news.
Health and medical news now. A new app aims to create coordinated plans for anyone looking after an older family member. CTV's Spencer Turcotte takes a closer look at how Elderella works.
You can see here in Elderella is Grace Thompson's profile. So this is one of the elders that we use.
As Canada's population ages, more families are finding themselves in a caregiving role. For many, keeping track of appointments, medications, and medical updates can feel like a full-time job.
And 1 in 4 people are now caregiving for somebody in their lives, and we're only going to see that increase.
That's why Mike Kirkup and Jackie Murphy created Elderella. The app, which has free and premium versions, acts as a central hub for caregiving.
You're trying to work full time and you're providing care for your aging parents, and something's got to give.
Users can store important medical information and reminders in one place while sharing updates with family members, with what the company says are strict privacy and data safeguards.
Oh yeah, like that. We should definitely show that. We lock into where you're actually having the conversation. So if you're sitting there talking with your sibling over WhatsApp or text message, we can actually access those messages.
It can also record doctor appointments or calls and pulls out the information you need to be reminded about. Or you can simply upload a photo or note. Then everything is organized into daily tasks, which can be accessed by one or several caregivers.
What we really want to do is emphasize the fact that you're not alone as a primary caregiver, and it shouldn't be too hard for you to ask for help or to delegate some of the things that you have on your plate to others.
For Brent Thornton, who helps care for his parents while living an hour away, being able to split responsibilities in an organized way with other family members has been the biggest benefit.
Without Elderella, in this scenario, I'm probably managing a 7th shared calendar and trying to share out notes from my, Google Drive, trying to rely too much on my failing memory.
Researchers will spend the next year collecting feedback from caregivers as part of a study on whether tools like Elderella can reduce stress and help families coordinate care. Because the hardest part often isn't the care itself, it's feeling like you're carrying the responsibility alone. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Kitchener.
We'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 50th anniversary for John and Debbie McEachern of Sydney.
Oh my gosh, happy anniversary. Love the look. 50 years ago, great tux, great veil, great dress.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. And it's a 50th anniversary for Kent and Susan Dunfield of Riverview. Love your t-shirt, Kent. Happy anniversary to you both.
That's awesome. It's also a 50th anniversary for Georgina and Arthur McDonald of Shediac, New Brunswick.
Gosh, a beautiful photo taken 50 years ago. What a beautiful photo. I just love it. And it's a 100th birthday for Ann Carpenter of Halifax.
Happy birthday.
Yes, have a wonderful day, Ann.
To see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. In the run-up to Father's Day, we're meeting one croissant baker who is not afraid of getting his kids in the kitchen.
ABC's Danny New introduces us to a baker who gets his kids to do the voiceovers in his adorable videos.
What kind of dough are you making? I think it's a pistachio dough.
As Father's Day begins to proof for Sunday,
He's a poopy pants and I love him.
we're meeting a dad whose children love to both tell you about his baking and his nickname.
And then you also go by Mr. Poopy Pants?
Yep, that's what it says on my shirts.
Oh, fantastic.
Nitch here owns a bakery in the Seattle area, and for the past 6 months,
You're watching a day of the life of our daddy. Welcome to the bakery.
these videos where his son and 2 daughters narrate their dad's kitchen routine have been picking up millions of views online. He may whip up a special croissant to celebrate the Seahawks.
Daddy makes baklava, and I love my daddy's baklava.
Or use his mother's baklava recipe from his family's Kurdish roots in northern Iraq.
When you put it all together, me and my wife will rewatch it 1,000,000 times. Their conversation, that's the best part.
But the journey here was not easy for Nitch. He was working full-time as a nurse when he bought this bakery almost a decade ago, and he did not have any formal training. To get to this point, Nitch says it was mostly trial and error and a whole lot of YouTube videos.
At the time, I had considered it the biggest mistake of my life.
However, he slowly found his niche through croissants, baklava, and pita bread.
This pistachio is really good, but the chocolate bitter.
And then everything changed in January when his 3-year-old rock star Malik grabbed his microphone to avoid going to bed one night. Now, Nitch says the store has gotten so busy he's even been able to hire more help so he can finally take more days off to spend with his family.
The bakery took so much away from me being with my kids, and now it's all about my kids. That's the biggest blessing that came out of all of this, was that it brought me back to my family.
We mentioned Malik, but I want to make sure we also shout out Aya, who is 6 years old, and then Mira, who just turned 10. Happy birthday, Mira. I'm sure her birthday cake was pretty decent. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Taking a look at our weekend forecast for New Brunswick, 22 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. But a chance of showers will return into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. 18 degrees on Saturday. Showers will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 20 degrees on Sunday. And for Nova Scotia, 22 degrees. Periods of drizzle and or showers will clear, leaving sunshine. 21 on Saturday. Showers expected, clearing out, leaving mainly sunny skies. A mix of sun and cloud expected on Sunday, on Father's Day, with a high of 20. For Prince Edward Island, 21 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wet weather on Saturday with a high of 15. 16 degrees for the first official day of summer, and Father's Day, cloudy skies.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Friday, June 19th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, first-degree murder trial. The man accused of killing 2 boys in St. John takes the stand in his own defense. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And it's Food Truck Friday. The folks from Tiffin Box will be here to tempt our taste buds with their delicious Indian cuisine. That's a little later in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Thanks for being with us on this Friday morning. I'm excited to be here for a Food Truck Friday.
Right? It's really fun, Chef.
Yes. Plus, I just love this time of year for getting food at food trucks. Like, it is so nice to just stop by, or if you see like a favorite food truck out and about, kind of pull into that parking lot. I love the little food truck alley they've kind of created by Lake Bannock.
Yeah.
If anyone's been by there, it's so fabulous. And there's kind of like a rotating number of trucks, or there's some like staples there, but it's, I love when they set up like that. Get a little ice cream from here, a little burger from here.
super
it's the
fun.
Perfect summer.
Very
Yes.
summery.
Yeah.
I also love just getting an ice cream from somewhere too, like a little stand or a little
yes,
window.
yes.
Basically, if there's a window and food comes out of it, I'm there to line
Right,
up.
sign me up. Summer's my favorite.
Yes, growing up, ice cream trucks were my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
thing.
Oh,
yeah.
You hear the music in the neighborhood, and
All the kids were like,
yeah, we're running to our mom, like begging for money.
Oh my gosh, so good. Oh
it's
my
actually
gosh.
also the last day of school for New Brunswick kids.
Today is?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So imagine that, kick off to the summer season for them.
Get some ice cream to
Holy
celebrate
moly.
today.
Very
Oh, yeah.
exciting. And if summer officially arrives on the weekend too.
Exactly, on Sunday, 5:24 a.m. So we are going to see sunshine return into the weekend forecast as well, but a bit of a wet start to the day over in Bedeque. We are going to see some of that precipitation clear out for parts of the Maritime region into Nova Scotia, leaving some sunshine this afternoon as clouds clear out as well. 15 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 13 in Yarmouth, 12 degrees right now in St. John, New Brunswick, 8 degrees in Cartwright, and 10 degrees over in Gander. Holding on to a wind warning early this morning for parts of Cape Breton Island, expected to end a little bit later on. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We are seeing sunshine early this morning for parts of Newfoundland, parts of the Maritime region as well, but for the most part, a cloudy and a bit of a foggy start to your day. And we do have precipitation still tracking across parts of all three Maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador going to see wet weather into the afternoon as well. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead. As of right now, sustained winds 63 kilometers per hour in Grand Detang, 35 into Canso, 24 in Charlottetown and in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 89 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Detang, 48 in Canso, 37 in Charlottetown and Yarmouth. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Stephanie.
Thanks, Latavia. The man accused of stabbing two boys to death in their apartment in St. John took the stand in his own defense and told the jury he remembers nothing from that day. Roman Commissioni told the court time and time again he does not remember the day before or the morning of the day he allegedly stabbed and killed a 17-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy in January of 2025. He has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. The accused was the lone witness to take the stand on behalf of his defense. The Crown and defense will now take a few days to prepare their final arguments before court resumes Tuesday. Cannabis sales in Nova Scotia continue to climb. The NSLC says year-end sales reached nearly $140 million last year. That's up nearly 10%, but the province thinks it could be much more. As demand grows, the province insists the illegal market remains a concern, but officials can't say how much tax revenue they believe the province is losing out on. Premier Tim Houston could give a dollar figure, but says the underground market is significant. He argued a recent crackdown on illegal cannabis sales isn't about revenue, but rather health and safety.
Okay, I don't know how big. We don't have the number. We have some guesses, but they're only guesses. We can see how many shops there are. There's a lot. And I'm thankful for some of the enforcement action that the RCMP has taken and law enforcement are taking in that area. I think it's really important for public safety.
Justice Minister Scott Armstrong says he's pleased with the recent crackdown, adding it remains a priority. First Nations are upset with the province's actions, insisting they have a right to sell cannabis on their lands. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3, and diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6, and diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $201.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter. And diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. Cities that host big sporting events usually want something left behind afterward. It's been a major part of the FIFA World Cup in Canada. While smaller in scale, there's hope the Sail Grand Prix race in Halifax will also leave a legacy to grow the sport. Here's CTV's Jonathan McGinnis.
The event officially kicked off earlier in the day with opening ceremonies inside the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. The International Sailing Circuit is bringing 13 teams to the harbor for races on Saturday and Sunday.
There will be hundreds of millions of eyeballs on Halifax, whether it's through the live broadcast of the race or through the YouTube coverage and the replays that follow.
Other host cities include New York, Auckland, Rio, and Geneva. Halifax last hosted in 2024, and after 50,000 fans filled the waterfronts on both sides of the harbor, Halifax was voted fan favorite.
A combination of the spectacular natural amphitheatre, the demanding racing conditions, the rich maritime heritage, and above all, the Halifax's passionate fans and warm Haligonian hospitality really creates an incredible spectacle for us this weekend.
Registration for sailing programs has spiked and new programs have been launched to meet the demand for lessons, particularly in foiling. The Atlantic is quickly becoming the national hub for the sport on and off the water.
The racing part is certainly the most flashy. There's a whole crew that goes into it. You need a shore team to keep the boat working. You need the data side of it, of crunching the numbers so that you can continue to improve on your performance.
The conditions are perfect, so it's sailors love this harbor, and that puts us on the map in that area.
Racing fans will be able to see all the boats on the water Friday afternoon. Practice racing starts at 4 p.m. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Oh, yeah. Tom Ramshaw was in here. He'll be on that foil doing his thing called grinding. He's got a physical job. We've had Billy on the show before. He's a pilot, he's underneath, like, pushing buttons and things like that.
Really?
So, yeah, it's very interesting.
That's very intricate.
Very cool. Okay, there is some serious monkey business going on in a neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and has this resident in a flap.
Then I came out, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Stealing our mangoes, eating right there. A monkey. This is bananas.
I just had to use this because that guy was hilarious. At first, people thought it might have been an iguana stealing, but it turns out it's actually a wild monkey who lives nearby. Experts say it's unusual for females to leave their colony area, but she's been sneaking into people's yards to steal snacks, usually fruit. Monkey on the loose.
Right?
Whoa. Look at that. Imagine that you just went outside and it's not a squirrel, but a monkey.
Right?
I guess hashtag Fort Lauderdale problems.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. All right, time to remind you about an opportunity to win a prize. Thanks to our partners at Kent. If you'd like to be whipping up gourmet pizzas on your back deck, then this month's Kent Big Bucket giveaway is for you. You could win a wonderful Uni pizza oven, a cover, and the pizza peel, perfect for entertaining or just hanging out in the backyard. That's worth about $700. So to enter to win, head to ctvatlantic.ca. We're going to announce the winner next Friday, June 26th. Good luck. Ooh, I would maybe go buy one of these this weekend. Have a little Father's Day za.
Right?
Yes.
Yum.
I know that's something you do in your family. So.
Yes, I know. Pizza oven would be nice. I don't
take it up a notch this year.
Don't really have a spot in my apartment for that, though.
go to mom's house.
Put that, in the future, the mood board.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah, we'll add it to the list.
They really do make a nice pizza. I can say from experience, my neighbors have one. It reminded me, during the break, I'm going to text them, see if maybe...
maybe they want to invite you over.
Exactly.
All right, well, coming up, our favorite day of the week, Food Truck Friday. But first, your full Friday forecast. And here's a live shot this morning from White Point, Nova Scotia. Doesn't look like there's any bunnies out there at the moment. But stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:13 on your Friday morning, taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day in McAdam. 14 degrees to start your day, and temperatures will continue to rise. A chance of showers will return, though, into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 15 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 16 in Moncton, 14 degrees right now in Charlottetown, 13 in Labrador City, and 12 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have a wind warning in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Could see wind gusts getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are seeing some sunshine for parts of the Maritime region to start your day, parts of Newfoundland as well. But we do have wet weather tracking across Atlantic Canada. A chance of showers early this morning for parts of all three Maritime provinces. Will clear out for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, leaving sunshine. But we do have a chance of showers returning, around a 60% chance of it happening for New Brunswick. A risk of thunderstorms as well. Periods of rain will move into Newfoundland and parts of Labrador into the Maritime region as well, still holding on to a low chance of some shower activity. That will take us into tonight. Chance of showers remains for parts of the Maritimes. Newfoundland, Labrador still dealing with some wet weather as we head towards early Saturday morning. Sunshine will return, but so will a low chance of showers. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters in Campbellton for parts of Prince Edward Island. Heaviest for Cape Breton is around 5 to 10 millimeters. And Labrador not really seeing much accumulation from this system, but we are going to see around 10 to 20 millimeters for Newfoundland. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 14 degrees in Campbellton up to 24 in both Fredericton and Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud this morning as showers are expected to return into the afternoon. Wind also a risk of thunderstorms and wind gusts getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 21 to 22 degrees today. Showers will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers will return into the evening across the island. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs between 16 degrees in Canso up to 26 in New Glasgow and Antigonish. Rain will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For the rest of Nova Scotia, also seeing periods of drizzle and or showers clearing, leaving mainly sunny skies. Daytime highs between 17 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Kentville and Bridgewater. For Labrador City, looking at a chance of scattered showers throughout your day today with a high of 18 degrees and 10 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Periods of rain move in this afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Stephanie.
A security incident in the U.S. may have compromised the data of tipsters to Crime Stoppers in Canada as well. CTV's Adrian Gabriel has the details.
A pledge and a promise of privacy now in question.
The consequences of it failing are serious and very grave.
CTV News has learned that in March, the cloud-based software P3 Global Intel, used by Crime Stoppers in Canada to gather anonymous tips, became compromised by a cybersecurity incident. The alleged hackers posted this online, calling all cops bastards, claiming that they have a massive amount of data in their possession. The data breach allegedly involves Crime Stoppers in the United States as well, where media reports stateside claim that approximately 8.3 million confidential crime tip records, including the extensive personal data of those who submitted anonymous tips, were put up for sale on the dark web for $10,000 in cryptocurrency.
The folks who were using this app were told, they were promised that this app would be anonymous.
Following multiple emails by CTV News this week, this internal memo was allegedly sent out to all Crime Stoppers board members across the country, instructing them that they are not to correspond directly with media. The president of the Canadian Crime Stoppers Association then declined our interview request. In an email to CTV News, he confirmed the organization is aware of a security incident relating to P3 software, adding that an investigation is ongoing, including assessing whether anonymous tipster information may have been impacted. U.S.-based lawyer Thomas Lozer, who's organizing a class action lawsuit, has a client whose information was allegedly found online after submitting an anonymous tip regarding a high-profile case.
We know there are people whose reports can be found on the dark web. Somebody can find the report and the person's identity on the dark web and seek them out.
Following the alleged data breach online, police in Portland, Oregon, put out this release, encouraging community members to temporarily refrain from submitting tips through the Crime Stoppers platform. CTV News asked Crime Stoppers in Canada what steps they've taken to alert the public. They didn't answer our question. Multiple police forces across the country say they were made aware of the cyber incident by Crime Stoppers months apart. Police in Toronto say they were notified in March. Calgary police say they were told in April. Vancouver police learned about the incident in May. Just this month, Hamilton, Ontario police put out a release saying they were aware of the cybersecurity breach.
All sorts of agencies were using this centralized reporting database.
Those who spoke to CTV News believe the public should be made aware of the potentially devastating data leak.
Do you believe that people's lives could be at risk here?
We have reports that folks were sending in tips on organized crime, like the Sinaloa cartel. I think if you're the Sinaloa cartel, you're probably going to want to try to access that information and reduce your risk. And so that is what's going to put those informants at risk.
Navigate 360, the parent company of P3 Global Intel, declined CTV News' request for an interview, saying this is now an active criminal investigation. Currently, Crime Stoppers are still using the P3 platform for their anonymous tips and submissions.
We'll take a short break now. Stay with us. Much more to come on Your Morning Atlantic.
It is Food Truck Friday, thanks to our partners at the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association. This week, the Tiffin Box food truck has rolled in. I'm joined by Mahesh, co-owner of this wonderful facility. Okay, so first of all, for people who aren't familiar with the Tiffin Box, what kind of food do you offer?
So we typically, from our background, it's basically from India.
Yeah.
So, but we managed to make it like a fusion for just so everyone could enjoy the food and explore. Also, there is not so much. There's a lot of food from India, different provinces have their own cultural foods and stuff. So barely we know butter chicken or chana masala, that's all. But there is a lot of vegan dishes different. So we were trying to introduce those to the people. Especially it's the crowd is
they want it.
It's growing.
They want it.
There's growing demand for vegan and
for vegan dishes as well.
Dishes,
all right, so you do it all.
Exactly,
All right, we've got Selman, who's actually working in the truck right now, and he's going to give us some dishes.
Selman is inside.
Selman is inside. He's going to give us some of your popular dishes in a second. You're part of the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association. Why do you like being a member?
It's a great support from the support is unimaginable support from the truck association. Over 2 years of our operation, they had a major impact on our business. And it's good to be with them. And then we had constantly contacting them, and then heads up. They give us a heads up about the different event from different places.
Which is great. Wait, Selman's here. Oh my gosh, let's not let this food get cold. Come on in, Selman. What do you have here?
It's like the butter chicken ball with the. So this is our
butter chicken ball.
Butter chicken ball.
Yep.
With a cucumber salad and piece of naan.
Amazing.
Basmati rice. This is masala fries with a spicy mayo. Not so spicy. It's.
Oh my gosh, these look incredible.
Yeah,
are these
a couple more coming?
A couple more coming? Oh my gosh, are these some of your hot sellers?
They are actually. Yeah, they're very famous. Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. Oh, I sure do.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
very
much flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put. I'm running out of hands.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a fork. And
okay. Perfect. Okay. Wait. What else do we have here?
So we have. This is one of our new introduction to the menu is a samosa poutine. So it's a vegan. So with a vegan gravy, there's fries underneath. Not vegan actually, with the cheese. I'm sorry.
Sure. You can get it. You can get it vegan version, but if you want the cheese, that's
so
even
vegetarian
great.
Basically. So it's crushed up just like a samosa chaat if you have familiar with.
Love samosas.
So crushed up vegetable
kosher samosas. Okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah. And then the vegan gravy actually. The gravy is vegan.
Oh my gosh, wonderful
So
stuff.
I
This
get
is delicious.
crunch in it and
Oh wow, what's this?
So this is our hot honey chicken sandwich.
Wow.
Which is actually crispy chicken, tossed in a hot honey sauce, our own sauce. That is tomatoes.
Look at that.
Onions in it.
Such good, great food. Selman, this is great job. This is delicious.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to try it in a second, but where can people find you? That's the most important thing.
We are through the connection with the Food Truck Association, we always get a heads up. But we have a physical location by Namaste Indian Grocery in Dartmouth.
Okay.
So we are in the front of the grocery store.
Okay, so that's your headquarters, but you'll be at other events.
Yeah, so we were at events and then, caterings and all. So we were pretty much busy in season.
I'm going to stick an air tag in your truck so I know where you are at all times because this is delicious. Thank you
very
so much. Thank you both. The Tiffin Box, to put more information about the Tiffin Box and the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association on our website. Oh my gosh. Let's go to a 3-day forecast. Okay, let me try this.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
Can we have some fork underneath? Thank you.
It's really
It looks delicious. All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast for the weekend. New Brunswick, 22 degrees today. Sunshine as showers have cleared out, but showers return into the late afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. 18 degrees on Saturday. We are going to see scattered showers return yet again, clear out, leaving sunshine, and then the first official day of summer and Father's Day on Sunday. 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud for the southern region, scattered showers for the remainder of the province. For Nova Scotia, 22 degrees today. Showers and or drizzle clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Showers early in the morning on Saturday with a high of 21, clearing out, leaving sunshine yet again. And for Father's Day, 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Prince Edward Island, 21 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. Showers on Saturday, cooling down to 15 degrees. And on the first official day of summer, on Father's Day, 16 degrees with cloudy skies. Time now is 8:27.
Still to come this morning, the Garden Guide. Today, it's all about those thrillers, fillers, and spillers that take your plants from okay to oh wow. That's just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
It's going to be a lovely day ahead for much of the region as we see showers clear out, still holding on to some precipitation, but this is basically what it's going to be like this weekend. On and off shower activity, but sunshine peeking through as well.
Okay, well, listen, it could snow for all that matters. I'm so happy after eating that food in the tiffin box. Wow,
it looked like you enjoyed it. You're like,
oh, it's so tasty.
You have that little tracker in the truck now so you can find them.
Exactly.
Right?
Makesh didn't notice when I stuck the air tag in there. Yeah, no, really, really good. He's a chef, so he knows what he's doing. So, yeah, I know it's good stuff. Yeah, and you know what? If you have a nice, delicious dish with just the right amount of spice, it can make you feel good even on a rainy, cold day. But it feels like it's going to not be that way for long.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not cold this morning, which is great. And we are going to see temperatures warm up, seasonal to just below seasonal for our daytime highs. So it's going to be quite a lovely day ahead. Precipitation is needed. Very welcome. We don't want too many dry days, right? So it's a great day to still head out and explore your area. You may just need a little bit of rain gear when heading out. As you can see, it is cloudy and foggy over in Peggy's Cove to start your day. We are expecting that fog to continue to burn off. Clouds clear out, leaving a bit more sunshine into the afternoon. And in terms of our current temperatures, 16 degrees right now as you head outdoors in Halifax, 15 in Yarmouth, 16 also in Fredericton with 13 degrees in Labrador City and 12 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a wind warning in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. It will be ending a little bit later on, but could see some strong wind gusts still this morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. As I mentioned, some pockets of sunshine starting off your day. Also seeing a bit of shower activity early this morning for parts of all three maritime provinces. Will continue to clear out, but we will be seeing showers return for New Brunswick and parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, going to deal with some heavier rainfall as well. And in terms of our wind forecast, going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead. As of right now, 35 kilometers per hour in Canso, sustained wind of 31 in Grand Etang. We're looking at 22 in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 48 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang with 44 in Canso, 41 in Yarmouth, and 33 in Halifax. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead. First, one last look at your local news with Stephanie.
We're hearing from the mother of a murder victim who's upset the man convicted of her son's death is getting a new trial. The accused was also recently convicted in another high-profile murder case. It's been almost 10 years since Lisa Kravis' son, Tyler Kaiser, was killed. He was gunned down in November 2016 while being dropped off at a halfway house. Adam Drake was found guilty of first-degree murder almost 8 years later, but earlier this week, he won his appeal. The Nova Scotia Court of Appeal found the trial judge erred in his assessment of some evidence. For Kaiser's family, the whole ordeal has been torture.
He's incarcerated, he's not incarcerated. He's on bail, he's not on bail. We dropped the original murder charge, and all of a sudden, there's no murder charge.
Drake remains behind bars. He is also appealing a second-degree murder conviction in Pat Stay's 2022 stabbing death. A fire has destroyed a motel in Doketown, New Brunswick. 21 people escaped the flames, which quickly took down part of the structure.
Everybody get out, thanks to a young woman working. She came in I think just around the time the fire started smoking. And she started and woke everybody up.
Fire broke out Wednesday morning and quickly spread. There were no injuries reported. Taylor's Motel has been a local landmark for nearly 7 decades. In recent years, it has served as long-term housing in the community. The Canadian Red Cross says it is providing assistance to those in need. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The price of gas and diesel fell overnight in all 3 maritime provinces. In Nova Scotia, gas fell by 4.5 cents. The minimum price is now $1.65.3. And diesel dropped by about 1 cent. The minimum price is now $1.85.4 a liter. On Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 4.6 cents. The minimum price is now $1.77.6. And diesel saw the biggest drop. It fell by 9.8 cents. The minimum price is now $2.01.7 a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas decreased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price is now $1.73.9 a liter. And diesel fell by 1.7 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.04.8. More than 11,000 NB Power customers from Moncton to Bucktouche were left without power just before the noon hour Thursday after what the utility says was a transmission equipment failure. Officials also confirm the outage was not related to copper theft or seismic activity. According to NB Power, the problem began at a transmission substation in the Greater Moncton area, where crews were carrying out routine maintenance. A switch failed during that work, knocking thousands of customers off the grid.
So it'd be a switch like you have in your house to turn lights on and off. One of the phases actually fell apart while they were operating the switch. So it was just sort of hanging there. So it would almost be like having a switch at your home, partially on, partially off.
Most customers had power restored within hours. Dedicated soccer fans gathered in downtown Halifax last night as Canada played Qatar in a do-or-die World Cup match, and they were not disappointed. Despite cool, damp weather, the excitement was palpable at Canada Soccer House. Team Canada delivered an outstanding game, shutting out Qatar 6-0 on home soil in Vancouver. Goal 5 technically came from local legend Jacob Schaffelberg, who was born in Kentville. Halifax fans thought Canada's first ever World Cup win was all pretty awesome.
I think all in all, great performance from the team from start to finish. The guys really put attacking emphasis today, really needed the goals, and it looked like it came through in the result today. So I'm really happy that we made our way and everybody made their way out to have a good time today.
Of course, on the downside, midfielder Ishmael Kone suffered a serious leg injury and had to be carried off the field on a stretcher. Canada's next World Cup match is against Switzerland next Wednesday.
And I know, Steph, you were saying it's going to be earlier too, right?
Yes, so last night's game was 7 o'clock our time. The next one is 4 o'clock, so it works out very well if you work early hours, so that's nice. So yeah, 4 o'clock Atlantic time, 4:30 for those in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Wednesday will be here before you know it. Okay, this one's for you, Latavia. All right, in case you haven't heard, the Backstreet Boys have released a new song.
I know.
And it's this one's for the pups.
Can't stop time, but tonight it's for life. Take this moment. Coming to you live from Dino.
Wow, this is so for you, Latavia. It's a news person. It's for children, but it's also Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, Adrian made it just for me.
It's like they put everything for what Latavia's our biggest fan. What can we do for her? Okay, here we go. All right, it's actually the song is called Bottle Up, and it was created for the new Paw Patrol movie, the Dino movie, and it was co-written by Ed Sheeran. The track has been released ahead of the movie, which is out in August.
When Maritimers hit the road this summer, their first stop should always be Needs Fast Fuel to help fuel your adventures. So the East Coast Games kicks off in St. John today. Until Sunday, you can come out and enjoy the multi-sport tournament. And this will be Atlantic Canada's largest gathering sports event. And the entire family is sure to have a good time. To learn more, head over to their website. And the North Shore Community Center will host a flea market in West Cove Head from Saturday, June 20th until Sunday, June 21st. You can head over to enjoy treasure hunting. There will be vintage finds, handcrafted goods, and also secondhand items and so much more. And the 5th annual Philippine Fiesta returns to Halifax from June 20th until the 21st. You can come out to the Garrison Grounds for a high-energy celebration of Filipino culture, enjoy delicious, authentic cuisine, live performances, and a vibrant market.
Explore the Maritimes this summer. Brought to you by Needs and Fast Fuel. There for all your on-the-go snacking needs.
CTV, in partnership with Needs Convenience and Fast Fuel, wants to help you fuel up for fun. With more than 140 stores and gas bars throughout Atlantic Canada, Needs is your headquarters for coffee, slushies, snacks, meals on the move, car washes, and fuel. One lucky viewer will win a $200 gift card to be used at any Needs Fast Fuel location. Adventure awaits. Don't miss out on your chance to fuel up for fun. Head over to our website, ctvatlantic.ca, and we're wishing you good luck.
Exciting.
Very exciting. Oh, yeah, another chance to win, and yeah, another chance to go grab a slushie.
Exactly.
Yes, perfect weather for it. All right, well, it's time for another break on this Friday, but don't go anywhere. Just after the break, Latavia has one final look at the forecast as we head into the last weekend of spring, and then grab your gardening gloves. Today, it's all about thrillers, fillers, and spillers with our partners at Halifax Seed. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:43, taking a live look at Blue Nose Drive. Beautiful sunny start to your day. 17 degrees already in your area, and sunshine will be sticking around until the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As you can see, your temperatures are already beginning to rise. 16 degrees as you head outdoors in Halifax, 14 starting off your day in Charlottetown. Taking a look at Fredericton, 16 starting off your morning, and 12 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a wind warning that remains in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Could see wind gusts getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. Will end a little bit later this morning. So sunshine for parts of the Maritime region to start your day, as well as into parts of Newfoundland. We do have wet weather tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada, though. A chance of showers early in the morning for parts of all three Maritime provinces. Will start to clear out into the afternoon, leaving a bit more sunshine, but we do have a chance of showers returning across New Brunswick with a risk of thunderstorms. Newfoundland and Labrador are dealing with precipitation as well, a bit steadier into parts of Newfoundland with periods of rain. That takes us into tonight, holding on to a low chance of showers for parts of all three Maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador still dealing with some wet weather as we head over to Saturday's forecast, seeing sunshine in the forecast, but also a chance of showers will return. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, the heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters in Campbellton, as well as into parts of Prince Edward Island, 5 to 10 across Cape Breton Island, and then Labrador not really seeing much accumulation from the system, but we do have 10 to 20 millimeters across much of Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 14 degrees in Campbellton up to 24 in Fredericton and Moncton, seeing a mix of sun and cloud as showers have already begun to clear out this morning, but also going to return into the late afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Wind will pick up across the province as well today out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 21 to 22. Showers clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers expected to return into the evening. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 16 in Canso up to 26 in New Glasgow and Antigonish. Rain clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. For the rest of Nova Scotia, periods of drizzle and/or showers already clearing out, leaving sunshine for this part of the province for the remainder of the day. Highs between 17 degrees in Yarmouth, up to 25 in Kentville and Bridgewater. Wind gusts getting up to 40. For Labrador City today, a high of 18 degrees. We do have some scattered showers on and off throughout the day, with 10 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud with periods of rain moving in this afternoon and evening. So we do have some wet weather in the forecast for Saturday, but we will be seeing some sunny breaks. Same thing for Sunday as showers begin to clear out. On Father's Day, it's going to be a lovely day to head out and explore your area. That's a look at your weather. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
The Garden Guide is brought to you by Halifax Seed, growing for 160 years.
Welcome back to CTV News at 5. It is so very hard to believe that we've already reached the final garden guide of the season. Hi, Emily.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I love the sunshine we've been getting, and I love flowers, and that's what we're talking about today.
You know, annuals, this is what I use to put the finishing touches on my garden. So annuals are the flowers that are going to last all season long as you maintain them properly and you've planted them in the right spot.
Okay.
So they're fairly easy, they're beautiful. There's different shapes, sizes, colors, textures.
Anything you like, you can find in an
Absolutely.
annual.
And there's also some really great easy tricks you can do with annuals. So this here is a hanging basket. You don't have to hang it.
No.
If you wanted, you can simply snap these off and drop it.
I thought
right
I was
into
the
a
only one that
container.
did that, by the way.
If you're gonna make your own containers, I always recommend 3 things.
A thriller.
A thriller, a filler, and a spiller.
And a spiller, okay.
So something that's gonna give you height, something that's going to fill
the
in
space.
the container, and something that's gonna go over down the side. Then in front of us, here's a lot of really great other varieties you can use. You have Gerbera daisies and petunias, grasses, snapdragons right in front here.
Beautiful.
Really great for cut flowers. So you can really use flowers so many different ways in your yard. You can use them as ornamental. You can use them like these marigolds to deter pests. So I always put marigolds in my vegetable garden.
Okay. Now, what about the flowers that are starting to look a little wilted?
So this is the tip and trick that you need to know if you're going to have annual flowers growing, especially petunias. So this is a beautiful petunia right here. As you can see, we have some spent blooms. The more you're able just to snip that off, you can use your fingers, you can use scissors, whatever you like. This is really going to help promote more blooms over the course of the season.
Bud. Love it. That's called deadheading?
Deadheading.
Yeah.
What a great term.
I know.
Yeah. Just like with any other garden, you're going to want to make sure you're fertilizing annuals especially and keep up on the watering.
And when you have any questions, just head into Halifax Seed and look for Emily or anybody on staff. They can answer all those questions. And I'm sad to say goodbye for the season.
Oh, but it's summer. And
That's
I'll see
right.
you in the fall.
That's right. We will.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
Have a great summer.
You as well.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:52. Taking another look at your weekend forecast. For New Brunswick today, showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A chance of scattered showers expected into the afternoon, yet again with a risk of thunderstorms. 18 degrees into Saturday. We have scattered showers clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And we will be seeing sunshine for the southern region of the province on the first day of summer, Father's Day. A high of 20 degrees, but scattered showers for the central and northern region. For Nova Scotia, we are going to see 22 degrees today. Drizzle and or showers will clear, leaving sunshine. 21 degrees on Saturday. Showers will clear out, leaving mainly sunny skies. And then on the first full official day of summer on Father's Day, 20 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. For Prince Edward Island, 21 degrees. Showers will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 15 degrees on Saturday. Showers expected throughout the day today on Saturday. And then Sunday, 16 degrees with cloudy skies across the island.
All right, thanks, Latavia.
Yeah. And the weather's looking pretty good for Father's Day, which leads us right into our Move Morning Chat. And we wanted to know all about your dad and what makes him great. And we got some awesome responses today. Nancy from Paradise says, my dad was a hoot. He had a great sense of humor and could see the funny side of situations. When I asked him if he'd be willing to give me away to my husband on our wedding day, he didn't miss a beat and quipped, you're frigging right, I will.
Awesome.
That was really cute, and we laughed so much together. I miss him. Aww.
Thank you, Nancy.
Ham from Halifax says, like Latavia, my dad passed when I was only 26. Youngest of 5 kids, oldest was 20 years older. I was daddy's little girl even as a teen and young adult. definitely can relate to that. My dad also walked me down the aisle for my wedding. I miss way too many things to list. I do wish my dad could have seen my kids grow up and be parents themselves. Miss and love you so much, Dad. Oh, very sweet, Pam.
Great memory.
Sharon from Wellsford says, my father Fletcher was so smart and told so many great stories. That's a nice thing. If you still have your dad with you, ask about all the different stories, ask about childhood, do all those things, and you can make some more memories too.
Oh, yeah.
Angela from Fredericton says, my dad was truly the best. He adopted and raised me as his own daughter. So great. He was always the favorite dad in the neighborhood. He was always out with us in the evenings during the summer, playing with us and the neighbors' kids. Everyone loved him. He was a man who loved being a dad.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Really beautiful, Angela. Julianne from St. John says, shout out to my dad, Drew. He's been there for me through thick and thin and is a great guy. Love you, Dad.
Such sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who wrote in. Make sure you celebrate your dad this weekend.
Yeah. And all the dad figures in your life. There's grandparents and the stepdads and so many people in your life that may have a step in as a dad.
Absolutely.
So beautiful. All right, if you have little kids in your life, you know that you really can't turn your back on them for more than 30 seconds. One time I turned my back and answered a phone call when my son was a baby and he was a toddler. And I thought he was on the phone for about 30 seconds, but when I turned around, he had buttered all the legs of the table. Like fully buttered them. I'm like,
of course,
okay.
because why wouldn't you?
Exactly. So anyway, this is a similar situation, but with stickers.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So much better than what my boys do at home.
The Palm is loving this now, but I don't know how they're going to get the stickers off.
Ooh, very happy little dog there.
Oh my goodness.
That's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my kids love to make a bit more of a mess these days, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, kids.
That's too sweet.
That's too sweet.
So cute.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Love a little Pomeranian. Okay, we've really enjoyed your memories of the dads. We've enjoyed this week. It's been great having you here, Steph.
So fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Amanda's back on Monday. What are your when you're looking forward to the weekend, what's it going to be for you, your excitement?
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm actually hosting or I'm emceeing the Scleroderma Walk tomorrow in Bedford. So come on out and take part in that.
When and where? Tell everybody.
It's at DeWolf Park in Bedford.
Beautiful.
So I'd love to see you out there.
We had them on the show. Yeah,
yes.
It was great.
It's
Okay,
fantastic organization.
For me, it's a Father's Day surprise. I'll tell you all about it on Monday for you.
Absolutely. I think just giving Kyle a day off.
Oh, well deserved.
Pamper yourself. Do what you got to do. I'll hold down the fort.
Beautiful. All right. Well, everybody out there, have a great weekend. There's lots going on. Weather seems to be cooperating. It is now 8:57. We're going to take a nice long break and be back to see you Monday morning, 6 a.m.